19 years old, the age of one Utah man when he landed on the beaches of Normandy in northern France during World War II. Hard to imagine.
Absolutely, yeah. His actions there as a teenager helped liberate Europe, and more than 70 years later, he says many of his memories are so fresh, it's like the war just happened yesterday.
A retirement home. A nice place for a relaxing game of canasta or an early dinner. Not a bad place to live when you're 91.
There's one doctor, I was telling her all the things I wasn't supposed to eat, and she said, "Good night, you're 91 years old. Eat what you want."
For Ralph Jackson, a retirement home is the perfect place to remember. It was more than 70 years ago that this young man first set foot in France, landing at Utah Beach. He says he showed up well after the first wave.
The old-timers that were there, they said we landed right after the Girl Scouts.
But combat was never far away. It haunted his every step as he fought his way across the French countryside, hedgerow by hedgerow.
Oh, that was really bad. I'll tell you, my first patrol on the line, I asked them, the GIs that were dug in there, where the front line was, and he just drew a line on the ground and says, "You're standing on it right now."
Ralph fought the Nazis in countless French towns. Does he even remember how many?
No. I've dug an awful lot of holes in France.
Eventually, he liberated that country and continued to the Battle of the Bulge.
The cold was as bad as the fighting.
He even walked through concentration camps.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. I'd seen a lot of people get killed, but it was nothing like this.
Despite all the horrors he witnessed in Europe, Ralph never forgot the people of France.
They were really brave and courageous.
When the war ended, Ralph came back to Utah. He never returned to France.
2 or 3 times I had an opportunity seeing all of the headstones. I didn't want to go back there just to see that.
Certainly, there's plenty of things Ralph would rather forget. But a retirement home is a place to remember.
She just wanted to meet you before things get started.
And a place to be remembered.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
A long time coming.
Ralph never forgot the people of France, and the people of France never forgot him.
It is a great privilege for me to be here this afternoon.
France is here now in Ralph's retirement home, presenting him with the Legion of Honor medal.
The Legion of Honor was created by Napoleon Bonaparte.
This retirement home is the perfect place to remember.
The devoir de mémoire, the duty to remember. More than 70 years ago, you rescued people you didn't know. But you can be sure that those people have not forgotten you. Their children and their grandchildren have not forgotten. We will never forget.
And with the typical humility of a veteran of the Second World War, this is a medal Ralph thinks he doesn't deserve.
I'm proud that they thought of enough to present this to me, but the French people themselves were much more brave. I was going to do what I had to do.
Way to go, Ralph. KSL, of course, proud supporter of the Utah Honor Flight, which flies World War II veterans to see their memorial in Washington, D.C., free of charge. Flights are set to resume here in the spring. For more information, you can go to utahhonorflight.org.
And in case you're wondering, Ralph hasn't signed up for an honor flight yet. His family says the thought of all that appreciation makes him a little bit uncomfortable. So if you happen to know Ralph, you might want to give him a little nudge.
Ralph, you need to go.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a few nudges coming his way now that that story's aired.
So.